OnePlus 7 Pro has a few surprises behind its stunning all-screen front, unblemished by a notch cutout or punch-hole camera. It hides a novel pop-up selfie camera and offers a 90Hz screen refresh rate that makes games and movie watching look extremely fluid. OnePlus has always sort of been a niche enthusiast's smartphone brand which may not be as popular as the majors, but it's carved a pretty nice niche for itself by delivering great smartphone hardware at equally great price points. This phone maxes out at 12GB of RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.0 storage. The triple camera is a nice addition, but image quality will be the deciding factor, and cameras always left room for improvement. The OnePlus 7 Pro is ready to take your portrait with its novel pop-up front-facing camera and then dazzle you with its silky smooth, truly unblemished all-screen display, two features Apple and Samsung can't claim with their market-leading flagship phones. The smartphone has an immersive 6.67-inch screen that challenges Samsung's display crown by ditching the ugly bezel outline and gaining a 90Hz refresh rate for a more fluid gaming and scrolling experience. Its 19.5:9 aspect ratio is fairly tall, so don't expect small hands to reach all corners of the stretched-out display. We wish there was a OnePlus 7 Pro Mini, but we still appreciate the curved edges for an overall thinner profile. The second-gen in-screen fingerprint sensor has also been improved to help you more reliably access the phone the first time you press your thumb to the glass. Underneath the HDR10 Plus screen are Qualcomm's top-of-the-line Snapdragon 855 chipset, a hefty 4000 mAh battery that powered us through a day, but not any longer than that, and up to 256GB of storage and 12GB of RAM. That latter spec is actually more than you need from a phone, so the 8GB version is just fine. The OnePlus 7 Pro design is almost everything you want from a smartphone in 2019. It looks like an ever so slightly taller version of the Galaxy S10 Plus, without the punch-hole camera. It has the same thin black bezel screen outline, same curved edges, and same glass build, with the tapered edges coming to a fine point, making it easy to grasp the thin frame. It's hard not to like holding this big phone, even if it does take two hands to operate it comfortably. And if you're afraid of dropping it, OnePlus has included a clear plastic no-frills case in the box. This is where OnePlus has put the most work into its new phone, and it shows. There's more screen, and more fluidity, here than on almost any phone we've tested to date. The OnePlus 7 Pro will be the first true all-screen phone that most of the world will be able to buy. There's no notch and no punch-hole blemishes. Its novel pop-up front camera doesn't eat into the display real estate, and it's an idea we've already seen in Vivo, Oppo and Xiaomi devices launched in China. But this phone has worldwide appeal. Its bezel-less 6.67-inch display is only half the story. OnePlus calls its display fluid AMOLED, touting a refresh rate of 90Hz instead of the usual 60Hz. We experienced smoother motion when watching TV and playing games, and also found that simply scrolling web pages looked better. It's hard to go back to 60Hz after experiencing the OnePlus 7 Pro at 90Hz. Every phone should have this. This main camera has consistently been OnePlus' biggest weakness. Good news, Colin, we found that the OnePlus 7 Pro triple lens rear camera captures vastly better photos than its predecessors, even if it isn't always close to being the best camera phone. Its 48MP camera with an f/1.6 aperture leads the charge, exhibiting more texture, less shadow, and slightly warmer colors than last year's OnePlus phones. Gone are the occasionally ghostly and often muddy-looking pictures in favor of brighter, sharper images, especially in Apple light. Night sight mode is back for low light shots, and it's been improved. Specifically, it's tempered to not blow out white lights in mixed lighting night shots. But you're going to have to put the OnePlus 7 Pro on a tripod to really do this mode justice. Even a slightly shaky hand on a cold night makes a scene look as if it's melting all around you, and any movement causes light streaks and blurriness. The 8MP f2.4 telephoto lens offers 3x zoom with optical image stabilization, capturing far-off subjects. It's really a 13MP lens with a 2.2x optical zoom, according to a Reddit sleuth, and some tricky cropping to get it to the 3x finish line. It still gets you closer without digital distortion, though Huawei P30 Pro 5x telephoto lens reigns supreme. OnePlus 7 Pro 16MP f2.2 ultra-wide lens does the opposite with a 117-degree field of view we found ideal for landscape photos, but soft edges. The OnePlus 7 Pro triple-lens rear camera array is spearheaded by a 48MP sensor, new 3x telephoto and ultra-wide lenses, and low-light ready nightscape mode. It's closer to Google Pixel 3 and Huawei P30 Pro quality, but not the best camera phone. OnePlus has already issued several software updates focusing on the camera. The camera pops out of the top of the OnePlus 7 Pro's body with a faint mechanical whir, but only when the camera app is active and in selfie mode. Otherwise, it remains hidden. Concerned that introducing new mechanical parts would leave this phone prone to damage? Us too. What's neat is that if you drop it, or pretend to drop it like we did to trigger the gyro sensor, the pop-up camera actually retreats back into its protective shell while in free fall.